Johnny Rollins in News Chopper 9. We've got a car chase going on right now. Johnny, where are you?
Yeah, we stumbled upon this northbound I-49 coming up into the triangle. We saw a highway patrol trooper flying northbound up along the highway, and then realized they were actually, boy, I got a lot of background noise here, that they were actually chasing this vehicle. So northbound, there we go, northbound I-435 coming through the triangle, now coming up to 87th Street, I believe, close to Oldham Road. Police officer was close behind him a moment ago, but now has pulled back a little bit. Now, we don't know anything about circumstances here. We do not have the police helicopter up yet, but at this point, yep, he is just called on his way, warming up on the pad, not too far from here, by the way, right up by the sports complex, and is ready to depart and join the chase. Again, northbound I-435, speeds probably in the 90 to 100 mile an hour mark. Typically 435 traffic here doing about 70 or 75 for the afternoon rush, a little over the prevailing or posted speed limit, if you will. And so, yeah, this the driver of this vehicle is flying. Now, one police car in pursuit that we know of right now. There was a second that seems to have fallen back a little bit, and the police vehicle that is okay, got you. The police vehicle that is following it is laying back. I don't know if that is intentional or just having a tough time keeping up. The Raven 1, the police helicopter, now on the scene down below them. Of course, we're communicating with them to coordinate, and our biggest, most important task in that regard is to stay out of their way, which we can do with altitude and holding on to this view via the zoom from News Chopper 9 and the camera on the front. Quite sophisticated in that regard, gyroscopically stabilized and the like, and that's how we can give you this picture. We now have police closing in on this vehicle a little bit, but now speeds are picking up. Every time we get the police in closer, we see speeds picking up. On the shoulder of the road now, the right shoulder, coming through the 350 Highway 63rd Street interchange, northbound of 435, and up ahead we're going to see some really congested traffic. Now, last place for this vehicle to exit is going to be Eastwood Traffic Way. If they don't exit there, they're going to be into a lot of traffic, and it looks like they kept going northbound. Have elected not to get into that, but it is, well, I wouldn't say it's bumper to bumper, but pretty close once we get up closer to I-70. Now coming up under Snyabar and moving over to that far right lane, bit on the shoulder. There's the on-ramp from Eastwood Traffic Way to northbound 435 in view. Police still pursuing here. We'll pull back a little bit, see if we can tell how far back. Yeah, just now coming under Snyabar. So they're a good, well, a few hundred yards, if not a quarter mile behind this vehicle. All started when we just spotted the vehicle northbound. Well, correction, a highway patrol trooper, Missouri trooper, flying northbound along I-49 coming past Redbridge Boulevard, Redbridge Road, I should say, and Longview Road. And then we spotted the car out in front at the same speed, both of them. Again, I'm thinking 90, 100 miles an hour. Now we are getting into a little bit more traffic as we approach the I-70-435 interchange, and you can see this chase continues. Looks like they're going to continue northbound through the 435 interchange here at I-70, and weaving in and out of traffic. And look at this, really close there to the right side. We've talked about still a lot of snow on some of the highways on the shoulder of the road. In fact, before we were able to come out live, we saw this vehicle into some of that snow, kind of got sideways in the far left lane, but we're able to get it back under control. Now we have more troopers, it appears, Highway Patrol troopers, and it looks like they are now joining the chase as well. One more time, we do not know the nature of this chase. Typically, I know the protocol these days is got to be a pretty big deal for them to initiate a chase, knowing the dangers involved. So this could be a pretty bad person that they are chasing. Certainly now, breaking all these laws as the chase is underway. Left lane northbound 435, we passed I-70, coming up to 23rd Street here, still weaving in and out of traffic. Troopers still laying back a little bit, and right now I would think they would, I mean, there is a disparity in speed here, getting into a little bit of traffic, but certainly not fast enough for troopers not to be able to keep up. And now it looks like a last second turn, the exit to, was that 23rd Street? It is 23rd Street. There's the vehicle now going through the intersection. We don't know who has the green light. Wow, it looked like maybe had a green light there momentarily. Now it's going to be westbound on Truman Road. Is that what we're seeing? Stuck in traffic right there.
Johnny,
and
we
boy, I
are
want to be
hearing
sure
that
that's
it's
the car
Cass
there.
County.
Correction.
Oh, sorry, Johnny. We are hearing it's Cass County troopers at this point in pursuit. We are still trying to get details, too, as to what triggered all of this.
Okay, yeah, it looked like a highway patrol troopers. That'd be Cass County sheriff's deputies who have been chasing here. And I don't know, we don't know if that's going to be the car or not under that bridge. I hope we didn't lose them. Maybe they went the other way. Okay, PD is behind this. So and now the speed's picking up a little bit. So we're going to stick with this vehicle thinking that it is the one that they were pursuing. So it's come up from I-49 through the Triangle all the way up past I-70, exiting at 23rd Street. And as a matter of fact, they're going to continue here past the Channel 9 Tower at 23rd Street and topping. So in that regard, if you know which tower that is around town, you know exactly where that is taking us right now. Seems to be a pretty high-speed chase right now, but quieting down. We do not see the deputy sheriffs in pursuit. Now it may be one of the situations where this vehicle is trying to blend in with other cars. Maybe we had the wrong one. I wonder if that's it. Is that a police car, or was that the car right there? I think it's going to be that one. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, it's so hard to keep up with what vehicle it may be, but that certainly was a car passing another vehicle, and this one does seem to be driving erratically and with some pretty high speeds. Not sure exactly what we've turned on here. It may be topping and, okay, turning into an apartment complex here. It's going to be near 23rd and topping. We're right by the Channel 9 Tower, and so too we are seeing the Kansas City, Missouri Police Raven 1 helicopter. Now, they are going to be calling out to those ground units exactly where this vehicle is, and so there could be an opportunity for an apprehension here in this apartment complex.